Alright, welcome back to Hydroneer. I'm doing at least one more part, so you know, why not? I did some research on how to get more of these suckers, the harvesters and drills, because I didn't know how, but I did know that you can't purchase them anymore. That's one thing I was confident on, being that I haven't played this in a very long time. And I have made a discovery, which is that you need to essentially craft them. We have enough to make at least one more of each. The goal is going to be 5 by the end of this episode, but that might be a little bit unreasonable. We'll see. That way we can then in turn start making money to be able to move on. Now we've got a pretty hefty gold bar from all of the iron collecting that we've done, as well as a hefty amount of cash. I don't remember where I put it all. But we got a pretty hefty gold bar from all of the pretty hefty iron bars that we've had to make for this. I basically just let the game run while I was editing the previous episode, as well as starting work on the Satisfactory episode that's probably going to go up before it. So yeah, we got a bunch of materials. And by a bunch I mean we got literally enough for one, so it wasn't actually that much grinding after all. There you go. I don't know how much this is going to be worth, probably like 4,000. Yeah, I mean, basically right on the money. I do need to find my money, though, speaking of money. Is it in here? Yes. Okay, I got 1,200 in here, but I see that I have more in here. Got 1,800 in here, too. So yeah, we got, I think, enough money. So yeah, we're gonna have $6,000 now. I don't know what we're gonna spend it on. I guess probably continuing to improve our sorting system, because we don't actually need all that much money, I don't think. If I remember correctly, because I don't actively have that stupid thing, the wiki up at the moment. I looked at it last night before going to bed. But essentially we need like a tiny bit of money to buy the models of the things we want to craft, but we don't actually need money to like buy them, since we're crafting them with the iron instead. Which actually balances out the game a lot more. So I'm not necessarily against this, because it greatly slows down progression. Before it was like incredibly easy, because once you have a lot of miners, you're literally just done with the game. Because there's nothing to do other than get a good mining setup. Oh yeah, right, it would probably help if I grab the iron bars we need. Alright, let's go. We need to go basically to the top of that snowy mountain, if I recall correctly. I wonder if I can just climb up the cliffside right here. It would seem so. This truck is just insane. And I think there should be some kind of cave entrance. Yes, it would probably be this. So we're gonna need our money first, and apparently it's somewhere in here. So this area is cool. Holy cow. Yeah, so I've never been here before, but I'd presume this is where we're gonna craft the things we're trying to craft. So there's a giant anvil here. Yeah, I think we put our bars in here, and then we need to go get that model thing, so it's probably over here. If I had to guess, it is probably this way that we have to buy them. Well, yep, this is a store, alright. Wait, you can buy the tables too? That's cool. Construction hammer. Yeah, we need this. I need to buy this while I'm here. I don't know what the intake booster is, though, unfortunately. Alright, we probably want a safe, too. There's so much stuff here that I want. Where's the purchase thing? Oh, all the way over here, okay. I need both of these, because obviously we need to be able to make a harvester and all that. Then I want the building hammer, because we're going to need one of those. I guess let's get the intake booster. I don't have the stuff to make it, but just for good measure. But you realistically want a safe at some point or another. We should get a pallet, because I remember they are very useful for moving things around. We can get tools at the starting area, so that's not an issue. And that's probably enough spending for the time being. Now, how do you get your stuff out of this place? Probably the same way it came in, which means the very annoying way to do it. Yay. Okay, now I can just bring the entire pallet over. Okay, so I think first things first, we need to get this up on here, if I recall, and then we need to go and get the amount required into this pot. So we need to go get those bars. Okay, so we need both of the bars, which means I need to unload both of these, so that's always fun. Extra work, my favorite. But if I drop this in here, I do that. Well, yep, it definitely works. I got a forged iron drill, and I fell through the ground. Wait, you can buy stuff here? This is a drillable area. Who wants to dig here? Can I go in the machine thing to get up? No. Of course not. I have to do it the long way around. Alright, well, I got everything, at least I think. So now we should be able to go back up and load all of that up in our truck. I don't know where it, like, outputted all the stuff with the teleporter, but I don't know. We'll find out. Coming on down. There you go. Now I can ride it. Okay, where is our stuff? Well, that was a pretty easy question to answer. Turns out it's all just here. Oh right, I forgot our money. Well, I guess we don't need it. We can just leave it there. We're gonna be here a couple more times anyway, so like, no rush really to pick it up. We might need some for those repair things, so maybe I should go back down and get a couple repair things, but I guess I can always sell more gold if I ever need it. Since we're not hunting gold, I can just sell gold in the grinding parts. I don't think we ever actually need gold to craft any of them. I was looking at the modules and it seems like all of them are iron and then the other later on materials. Oh right, no, we need money though. We need to buy pipes. Yeah, we need pipes, so I do need our money back. Now that is a properly loaded truck. I'm going to save the game considering my previous experiences with the trucks in this game. Of course, everything is broken as usual. Okay, so, you know, tough work as usual. I guess if I want to use this thing, I kind of just need to have it. I'm going to need a T-piece. Alright, I'm gonna go buy a bunch of pipes, and then I'll be back with the final product of the 2 drill setup. Wow, I went way over. I left it running for a while. What's the gold one at then? If this is at like 500. Luckily I can fix it because I literally just bought a saw. So if I do this, this gives us like 240. So if I split this like twice, I need a little bit over 50. This is 61. Yeah, we'll just merge these two together. And in terms of this, what's the gold bar at? 100. Really? That's it? I would have expected more, to be honest, but whatever, that's fine. I think I want to buy this property. Especially considering the price. It is so cheap. Like, I'm gonna buy a shovel and start digging. Well, at least I have a view of the land now, which I'm realizing is not what it used to be last time I played. This used to basically just like go down a smidge and then be just a giant pool. But now it has multiple stories. It's not necessarily a huge issue, it's just gonna make this a lot harder because obviously I can just conveyor belt anything I need up to the different various levels, but this just means there's gonna be height involved now. So that means I have to start digging this direction instead, and I'm now stuck in this hole. Which means we're not going to be able to have a way down right here, at least not yet. We have to dig out just this entire corner over here. Okay, so I've been going at it for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean actually quite a while. In fact, it's been a couple days. I believe I have all the stuff to get the harvesters. Yep, so these are the 3 for the harvesters, and I've got 1 for another drill. But I'm going to wait on doing the drills. So let's go get the harvesters, if I can find my truck, which is over here for no reason at all. I don't think I need to bring money, but I have it, so I actually found the building hammer. It had actually just stayed on the ground, so, you know. It was just on the ground there. I actually forgot it last time, which annoyed me. So yeah, let's get all these stupid harvesters done. Then we'll come back, do all the drills, and then we'll have a 5 drill setup. And I don't think we're going to need much more, because looking at the areas, being that I have bought them, and I have started looking at the different options, and I'm kind of starting to question which one I'm going to do. Because the one I wanted to do has been changed, and it's no longer like it used to be. It's a lot more painful now, and we don't have a drill anymore, turns out. Like the actual mining thingy with the like giant spinny thing. So the only way I could viably do the area I want to do is with cheating with mods, realistically, because there's literally 0 chance that I'm pickaxing the entire area out. I think that's probably what I'll do. I'll get some kind of modded pickaxe or something just to kind of rush ahead, because I am not spending 100 hours digging dirt with a pickaxe. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just not happening. Alright, we got 3 more bars, so we'll be able to get 3 more miners. My idea is going to be to obviously buy explosives, because those exist now, as I figured, or else I'll have to dig all of this by hand, which is very deep. This is the shallowest end. Over here, well, in this end of it, it's deeper than that mountain is tall, I'd say, easily. Either, you know, you do the modded way of just getting a pickaxe that, like, deletes the entire area in 1 click, or I do it legit, but have to use, like, bombs. But they're, like, $26,000 each, the nukes. And they do like a tiny square, so I'd need like $1 million in nukes to just even start using this area. However, I think if I'm smart with the smaller bombs, I think I could get some actual decent results in. One thing I could upgrade about the setup actually is the pipes. I could upgrade it to Cloutium pipes, which might be something I do actually. Just max pressure. Because they're really expensive, but like it would also guarantee that our drills are running at like, or everything really is running at just pure maximum. Alright, we got the 3 drills. Now comes the quest of putting them down, which is pretty easy, and then fixing up everything, because clearly everything's broken and I can't get up here. That's annoying. We might have to use the better ones for certain things, but that'll be an issue for another time. Like, that'll be a problem for later me to figure out, because I've noticed that you can't get certain resources. For example, whatever this stuff is, what is it again? Yeah, the core stone. Can't get that with tier 1 drills. We've gotten none since I've been hand panning when I got this one. We've not gotten any Cloutium. That used to be obtainable, but that's not a thing anymore, clearly. So, I don't know. We're only getting iron, gold, and, well, shards and gems, which I should probably figure something out to do with at this point, because, like, there's kind of a lot of them. Actually, before we end it off, though, this is probably a good opportunity to check on the gold. I don't remember how much, if I sold recently or not. No, that's 10k of gold. Okay, well, we may as well cut it up and sell it. You know, end off the episode with some actual decent money. But yeah, I think between next episode, I'm going to work on getting this entire system converted to Cloutium pipes. And then in the next episode, we'll probably try and figure out our dirt issue. Or we might even be able to get a completely just different piece of land and then make another better than this setup somewhere else. But I feel like at that point I would just be overcomplicating things.